these Louis kings of France, and they also call themselves descendant of Sun. So is there some linkages between the way we think and the way they think?
Yeah, so there are so royals think in very similar fashion. So this is something that I've observed through my travels across the world. Particular classes think in particular manner. And when it comes to Louis kings, they also used to think that they are the solar kings and all of that. I mean, Louis itself means sun in French, I think. And yes, and for whatever the reason of thinking is very might be very similar to how we think, but ours is lineage. Like, we know that they are direct descendants of the sun, and the sun god. So and another thing is that one of the common things, and I've written about the Louis kings in my book as well, just a very brief mention of Louis kings, is that the Louis kings named till 14, 15, 16, they named themselves Louis, just the numbers changed. This part, this thing of naming your children the same name, especially the king, the eldest son, the same name, actually comes from Hinduism. Yes, this actually comes from Hinduism. And who did this? So Janak ji, everybody in Janak's lineage was called Janak. So the king who sat on the throne was Janak. So Janak. So for many generations, they had the same name, Janak. Janak actually means father. So this is something that I have pointed out in there as well. Why I have said this is because there's always a continuity in civilization, civilizational practices, and civilizational thought processes. So India may not have followed this as rigorously, because these are titular names. So Janak may have had a different name, but once he came on the throne, he was called Janak, right? He was addressed as Janak. Similarly, you may have a different name, but when the Louis king came on the throne, he was Louis 15, Louis 16, Louis the 7th, Louis this. So this was very interesting, and I thought that I should bring it out to the notice of people. And this was an ancient Hindu practice, by the way. So